Diddy. Here's a new take on all that is going on with Sean Combs. I can remember back to the Bill Clinton Monica Lewinsky. Remember that whole fiasco? What was going on? And what I remember specifically is that children were questioning that. Children were asking about that. So just today I was thinking, what about this P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, PD, aka Love? Kids obviously, and this is a new twist on all of this, kids are obviously seeing everything on their devices. Kids are obviously reading about all of these horrid details. Every day, the last couple of days, it's only been in the news for a week, and I feel like this story, this sordid tale, this horror, and we've only hit the tip of the iceberg. It's only been around for a week. I feel like it's been around forever. Maybe because in our world, and many always heard rumors and things about what was going on for decades with Sean Combs. But let's talk about the kids, right? You have to confront them. You have to, even if they don't ask a question, you have to bring it up, in my opinion, age appropriate, because again, they are going to see something, especially our high schoolers, our middle schoolers. Why don't you be the leader? Why don't you talk about it? That, very simply, remember with kids, including teenagers, you don't over explain, but I know, and it just occurred to me today, that they're reading all these details. All these women, just tonight, I was reading about 2 that came forward, and they go step by step about what was done to them, and they're stripping, and they're this, and they're that. And I know we're a family program, but I think you know what I mean. So I thought, how are we going to talk to the kids? We just have to be open and honest. We've got to just talk about it, because they're seeing it online, so let the facts come from us. But, again, just a couple of things like, oh, did you see the story? Say it's a 14-year-old. Did you see the story about, P. Diddy? Hard for me to say P. Diddy. I always refer to him as Sean Combs. Did you see the story about P. Diddy? And when the child answers, yes, he did a lot of bad things and horrific. And for boys, something I want to work on more with the warriors and get out into the public, the way boys treat girls, right? We need our young men, we need to better empower them and to teach them and show them, because we have plenty of studies right now that are showing us that the boys are learning about sex and relationships online. And because the role models online, whether it be rappers, whether it be porn sites that are easily accessible, the boys are replicating what they see, and the behaviors are not good. So let us be the ones to open the conversation. These are our precious kids, grandkids. Why are we leaving it, up to the internet to teach everybody? Why are we, hiding perhaps this Diddy story? Because undoubtedly the kids have seen stuff, so we have to talk to them. And I was also talking to a great friend of mine. The interview will be up tomorrow, Jan Edwards, Paving the Way Foundation. I said to her, Jan was doing the interview today from a school, because she goes in, she's boots on the ground in Florida and educates kids. She also holds workshops for parents. And we're really making a beeline to get into the schools across the country and educate the educators. But anyway, she's in the class, like a classroom kind of setting by herself, but in the school, saying, I'm doing this from the school because we're doing our team building today, and we're doing our workshop with kids. And I said, I got to ask you, that's when it hit me about P. Diddy. Like, the kids are seeing so much sexual content, sexual dialogue, sexual material, and so many people involved or complicit or hinted at. And again, it's only the tip of the iceberg. So let's talk about it with them. It's perfectly fine to say to kids, there are bad people doing bad things, and this is why we don't act like that. It's also a way of talking to the kids, again, depending on their age, bridging it together, not them versus us, but, oh, little Billy, what did you think about the P. Diddy story? Did you hear about that? What did you think? and see how he responds. And we know most kids, a lot of kids don't like to open up and talk about these things, but we must. We must. So if they don't open up, just say, well, if you read anything or hear anything, for friends, you can come to me and we can talk about it together. But always reassure them, which is a terrible thing, the word reassure with there are bad people online. It is not, just let them know. It's okay to say that. It's okay. So much is happening. I feel like we have such deviance all around us. We can't keep up with it. It is one thing after the other. And right now, so much going on. For instance, in Ohio, a man in a blonde wig tried to grab an 11-year-old boy off, out of his front yard. The boy's dog, when this, I guess, man, but dressed as a woman, so I'm not really sure what this person was, to be honest with you, physically, he tried to lure the boy, 11 years old. The boy wouldn't go with him. Then he became very aggressive, went after the boy to grab his arm, but the boy's dog ran up and chased him off, scared him off, and he ran off, okay? They did catch him. But grabbing kids in real time, we've seen those things in supermarkets, taking a child out of the stroller, basket, whatever we're calling that, carriage, when the mother's, looking at something on a shelf or in a case or something like that. So I feel like there's so much we really have to focus efforts, especially in light of this Sean Combs story that will only get worse. And again, because it is a rapper and because it is the music business, entertainment, celebrity names potentially attached, pictures coming out of celebrities hanging out with him, it's going to be all over online and on news programs. So you've got to talk to the kids and you've got to explain to them that there are bad people who do bad things, but you're safe and fine with me. Come to me. It's very simple, actually, with the kids. They will feel so reassured, even if you think they're not listening. And again, as a parent, grandparent, caretaker, whatever your role is, it is up to you how you talk to your child. But this, I believe, is a story that warrants discussion with the kids, not too much, but just acknowledging it and using it as a learning lesson to there are bad people who want to harm you. We have to do it. Somebody said to me one day, well, you're scaring people. Well, this is scary stuff, don't you think? Whether it's PDiddy and all of this horror going around, whether it's a man in a wig or however this person's identifying, but the press release said a man in a blonde wig grabbing an 11-year-old boy off his front yard, trying to. And every kind of story coming across our desk at the Warriors. So our hashtag is Community Creates Change. Honor us with truly thinking about it, sharing facts, not fears, and getting ahead of the story. That is something always in damage control, which we know a thing or two about, is something that is always done. You get ahead of the story. So the story's already been out there, but there's still plenty of time as we head into whatever else unfolds with Sean Combs. Can you imagine when it becomes trial time? I don't know. Always, always, always hug your kids, talk to your kids, open and honest communication. We got to do it. It's 2024. You got to be a warrior. Remember to always subscribe to our videos, our channel. Remember to follow us, lynswarriors.org, where we put out stories every day, Twitter and Facebook. It is imperative, while everything is going on and exploding all around us, so to speak, that we focus on what is important, and that is you, that is your children, your grandchildren, our homes, and our communities. Community does indeed create change. Remember, each and every day, go out and be a warrior.